The following events were recorded as they happened at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. On this episode of Life's Little Miracles, Julianne arrives from the Philippines. Eight-year-old Julianne Noguera and her father have traveled to Toronto from their home in the Philippines. Julianne was born with a growth on her face caused by brain tissue that has pushed through a hole in her skull. Treatment is not available for her at home.
You can come out of a seat over here, okay?
The hospital's Herbie Fund for International Children and the local Filipino community have arranged for Julianne to come to Toronto for surgery.
Great. Can you give me a big smile this time? Okay. There we go. Okay, that's it. You're all finished. On your way.
See ya. Hi, Julianne. I'm Dr. Forrest. How you doing? Welcome to Canada. You look like you're all bundled up for the winter. Julianne, do you speak any English? You speak a little bit? Just a little bit? Can I have a look at you? Is that okay? Julianne, does that hurt when I push?
Masakit.
Masakit daw.
A little bit? Okay, I'll try and be really gentle. Can we have a look inside your mouth?
Ibuka mo yung mouth mo. Magbigay ka ng sound.
Good. Good. And then show me your teeth. Do that.
Smear teeth.
Excellent. You have a very pretty smile. What we're planning to do is a very complicated operation. And what it involves doing is myself and Dr. Rutke, who's the neurosurgeon, it involves removing this encephalocele, which is basically a collection of tissue that's pushing out from inside the head through a hole in this area in here. But she will require an operation where we make an incision across the top of her head so we can lift the skin forward, we can remove the bone, and then safely we can remove this tissue. Now, the other thing, just looking at Julianne, it looks like her right eye is pushed outwards. So we need to move the eye closer to the middle to match the opposite side. We have to be very careful of that when we do the surgery. We have to be very careful of the muscles and the nerves that move the eye. The other thing that we're always concerned about when we do this operation is if we're operating around the brain and we're trying to close the hole where the tissue came out from, sometimes we can get leakage of fluid from inside the brain out through the nose. And that sometimes also requires another operation or the use of a drain. Would you like me to show you some pictures? Thanks. This is a child who came from the same part of the world that you came from. Here she is before. And she looked quite similar to you. And here she is after the surgery. Do you think she looks better? If you look like this, would you be happy? Okay, well that's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to try and make you look better than that. We're going to do our best.
Okay, have you had an MRI before?
Oh,
Have you had this test before? No? Okay. All right, come on in here.
Whoa.
Very easy, you just have to hold nice and still for me. Good. You can have a nap if you want, okay? So you have to hold very still while I take the pictures. I'm going to put a little strap across your forehead to hold your head nice and still. Okay, we're ready. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, hold still. Okay, Julianne, the next one is ready for 4 minutes. Hold very still. The table's going to move a little bit. It's pretty boring in there. There's not much for her to look at. She's just laying in there listening to the noise, so it's easy to get distracted. She's had it, I think. How you doing, sweetie? You okay?
Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you. Welcome to Toronto. Nice to have you here. Hi, sweet. Yeah. Oh, our pleasure. Hi, Julian. How are you? It's a beautiful name. I'm here today to answer any questions that you might have regarding the procedure that we have planned next week, Thursday.
How long will the operation last?
Dr. Forrest and I will work together on this basically for the better part of the day. So we'll start at 8 o'clock in the morning and likely finish by mid-afternoon. After I get the information from the MRI scan, I'll be better equipped to inform the family of the benefits and the risks might be of the procedure. Are there some problems that she faces either in her country at school or with friends or something?
In fact, one of the real concern and problems of this regard is the teasing, constant teasing with classmates. To be honest, I'm really amazed. She still maintains to be a nice, well-mannered child.
Well, that says a lot about her
Yes,
as a
that's a lot
person.
about her, yeah.
Morning, ma'am.
You want to sit down?
His nose is big.
His nose is big. My nose.
D,
Oh.
Z,
Mm.
V,
Mm.
E,
Mm.
O,
Mm.
L.
Very good, very good. Look at me. Touch the pencil. Good. Watch me, please.
Oh,
Touch the
tingin lang
pencil.
dito sa
Good.
kay Doktor.
Watch me. Touch the pencil.
Oh, that's the thing, sir.
Okay. So her side vision is fairly good, but this eye has not. It's been surrounded by all this extra growth, and it's grown up very differently. It's a very short-sighted eye, and it's a very lazy eye. So she has one good eye and one not so good eye. She cannot read with the
It should
same.
be okay when the right eye repair.
I think that her vision will stay the same. The operation is not going to affect the vision in her right eye. It won't make it better. You were really good. Thank you. How do we say thank you in Filipino?
Salamat.
Salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Pele tayo.
Malabuti yung mga mo. Wala kang pala. Eh, bakit? Ayusin mo. Kunin mo itong isang deliver mo. Tanda. Yung deliver mo pang isa, oh. May pangalan na yan. Yeah. This is my mother. He's come over from Calgary. This is my sister.
Pwede na ikaw. Takot ikaw. Oo. Kaganda na ikaw. Ano ini? May damit
Gaganda
ikaw
ka
pula.
later.
Gaganda na
Saka maganda sa
It's gonna
pahas.
be beautiful.
Saan po kayo, ano? Taga Maynila po kayo? Julian, ako si Linda.
Linda,
Ako sa... Oo,
Auntie
Linda.
Linda.
Auntie Linda. Sa operating room ako.
sa operating room.
Kami ang gagawa sa kanya.
Okay, Julian. Pagkita na tayo mamaya.
Ayan.
Mauwi ka sa Pilipinas. Maganda na. Okay, Julian, sasama ka sa akin. Gusto mo sa akin?
Julianne, how are you? How was your weekend?
What we call the Santa Claus parade.
Oh,
We
excellent.
went there.
Yeah? Can I have another look at you? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
So the plan is for Dr. Rutka and myself to remove this, and then I'm going to need to reconstruct on the inside of the eye, the floor of the eye socket, the nose, and then part of the upper jaw. Be nice to get rid of that, won't it?
Yeah.
So I'll see you in there shortly, okay?
All right, thanks.
Okay.
So, wait, sir, ikaw na yung namin na...
Galing po sa Calgary sila kaya.
Sige, at lalabas na lang ako. Pagkatapos niya matulog, lalabas na lang ako. Sige na ako kayo. Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Dito na lang kami. Tita Linda.
Come with me. We'll take you to the waiting room.
Yeah.
Nilagay ko yan, makikita mo yung heartbeat mo doon. Tug, 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 sabi niya. O, tingnan mo ha. Isa dito. Mali.
Yeah. Well, she just wants to explain what
Isa dito.
can't or give you what.
Okay, Julie. Julie, sige. Di ba rin? Di ba rin? Hindi na natin na ano. Huwag ka lang ulit. Huwag ka lang ulit. Huwag ka lang ulit. Huwag ka lang ulit. Okay, wala na, wala na.
Yeah, no.
Make some room here. Let the brain surgeon in. What we have to determine, and what's not fully clear from the operative images here, are two things. One, how much brain tissue might be in this sac, and two, how big the hole is that leads from the base of the skull into the nasal mass. We can see on this image here that the hole looks like it's about the size of a dime in cross-section, and that's the escape hole through which the intracranial contents go. Most of the contents of the sac that is sitting in front of the face is comprised of fluid as opposed to brain tissue. The less brain tissue that has to be affected or discarded at the time of surgery, the better the outcome.
Knife, please. Okay to start, Jerry? 16 blade, please. So at this point in time, we have everything exposed. Here's the frontal bone, and we're right down to the level of the supraorbital rim, right here, and here, which is the upper portion of the orbit of the eye socket. And what we're going to do is elevate some of this tissue and bring it forward. Thank you.
Okay, so okay naman siya. Nag-i-start na sila. Kaya okay na.
Huwag na masyado mag-alala.
Oo, huwag kang masyadong mag-alala. She's in good hands.
Yeah.
Alam mo na? Oo.
What we're doing right now is we're dissecting the sac off the inner contents of the orbit. And there's some vital structures in the area. The muscles that move the eye are very close. And then just behind all that, the optic nerve, which provides the vision. So this is a tricky area because the tissue of the encephalocele looks very similar to the normal orbital tissue. It's a little tricky. We've come around that quite nicely here.
Okay, then we're ready to go. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, because I can close the dura, and then you guys can. So we'll scrub in. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Okay.
Hey guys. This is the stalk. So this is the communication between the brain, which is here, going out the face, which is down this direction here. So we can cut across here, just between the two. Now we're cutting across the stalk. Okay, now they're separated. This brain tissue that was coming out into the nose is non-functional brain tissue or dysplastic brain tissue. We've got the dysplastic brain tissue out of the picture, and now we can close the dura overlying the brain so that then Dr. Forrest can come and do his reconstructive procedure. Scissor?
So Joy, I think it's about, by this time it should be over in the next 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. I'll wait.
Tomorrow she will be a different person. Yeah, and glad to be here with my brother anyway. I thought we'll never make it to be here in time, but we were able to. So it's nice to be with him during this hour. Yeah.
Hi. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you again. Nice to see you for coming today. Yeah, very nice. Nice to see you. Hi. So basically, the critical part of the operation has been completed now. We've been able to disconnect the encephalocele, the sac from the face, from the intracranial or the brain, and that has gone extremely well. There's been no problem so far. Now, Dr. Forrest is busy working with the reconstruction aspect of the procedure, especially concentrating on the eye on the right side, but he'll come out and talk to you more about that.
Okay.
We thought we'd give you this update at this time.
Yes.
Okay? Very well.
Thank you.
Pleased to be able to help out. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey Julianne, say goodbye. There you go. So lovely.
All right, man. Nice, yeah. Sakripisyo. Dahil sa sakripisyo nila.
We've reconstructed the nasal pyramid quite nicely in here with the bone graft that we've taken from the skull. We've also reconstructed the rim of the eye socket here, and this little piece of titanium mesh is reconstructing the floor of the eye socket to provide good support for the globe. So we're on the home stretch, but it's these little details that really make the case turn out better in the long run.
This is the last stitch. Good. We just finished.
No.
She's awake. She's
awake?
She's awake. Yeah.
Good.
And she's on her way to the intensive care unit.
Yeah.
Everything went very, very well.
Yeah.
We were able to remove the entire sac, that whole encephalocele, and we were able to reconstruct her a new eye socket, bring the eyes closer together, and reconstruct her nose. So I think she's going to look a lot better.
Yeah.
I was very pleased with the way things went.
Yeah.
Okay?
On behalf of our family, thank you, Doctor.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. She's just on her way to the intensive care unit. When she gets settled in, you'll be able to go and see her.
Yeah.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, Doctor. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Very good. She will look much better. Yeah.
Yes. I am so happy.
Hello.
Yeah?
Have you seen her?
Yeah. Papa itu si Papa. Sige. It's okay, anak ko. Okay lang anak. It's okay.
Julianne has survived the massive surgery to remove the growth from her brain. She is at risk of developing complications and will be closely monitored. It will be several days before her swelling reduces and her family will be able to see the complete change in Julianne's appearance. On the next episode of Life's Little Miracles, Julianne's transformation.